Hey, top of the morning, guys. This is Big Reese back at y'all with another video. This is my third one. Once again, if you've been following my first two, my first one basically talking about how we ride for Pac the right way by keeping his dream alive, his agenda alive for the black and the brown people, the have-nots of not just this country, but of this world. And how do we do that? Well, we're not here to try to prove if he's alive or dead. Like I say in my second video, on my first one, there's enough guys in the field that's doing that. But what I wanted to do was dive into some of the literature, books that the Don himself read. I posted a video yesterday with that title exactly. And one of the books that he read, I happened to pick up. It's called The Art of War by Sun Tzu. And let me give you a little idea who Sun Tzu was. Sun Tzu was a Chinese general, a military strategist, and a philosopher who lived in the Eastern Zhou period of ancient China. Okay, he's one of the greatest generals ever. And what I'm trying to do is, we're trying to figure out the mindset of the Don. You know, how can we keep sparking and enlightening until we get back to where we rightfully supposed to be as a people? Equality. And that's what he wanted, you know. But it's funny. I want to read something, because I told you I was going to go through this book. We're going to dissect it together. We're going to grow, and we're going to learn together. Once again, this book is The Art of War by Sun Tzu. This is one of the books Machiavelli the Don himself read. But I found it interesting. I'm going to read this quote, and then we're going to coattail on that quote. In armies, intimate relations must be maintained with 5 types of spies or agents. Remember those words, spies or agents. Local spies, inward, meaning eternal spies. Converted spies, meaning double agent. Doom, meaning expendable, spies that can be eradicated. And surviving, spies that they truly need to live. When all 5 methods of intelligence gathering are combined, they yield vital information about the enemy. For Sun Tzu, integrating all spying activities successfully is akin to a divine manipulation of the threads of espionage, which is just a fancy word for spying, and allows the wise general and enlightened ruler to gain a foreknowledge. Remember that word, foreknowledge, that enables them to swiftly strike and conquer their enemies. And we're going to touch on a little bit about what we just read, because I find that very coincidental, because as we know, there's been a lot of things put out about death row, about spies, agents. So I find that very, very interesting that that's really one of the first little things that Sun Tzu touch on. And what I'm getting at is, as we all know, Kevin Hackey was a spy slash snitch slash double agent, whichever one you want to be. You want him to be. And I find it hard to believe. Just from reading that right there, that lets me know. If Machiavelli the Don himself read this book, that lets me know that he knew all along Kevin Hackey was a spy. Now the question is, because I remember him specifically saying, I'm a general and I'm a smart general. See, this book is catered to generals of armies. And I believe he was truly a smart general. There's no way that the Don didn't know Kevin Hackey was a spy. And I believe that the Don turned Kevin Hackey into a double agent. It specifically says right here, there's 5 types. There's 5 types. You have a local spy, an inward spy, a converted spy, which is a double agent, and a doomed, expendable spy, and a surviving spy, one that they need to live. The Don knew all that he needed to know concerning death row, concerning who was for him and who was against him. Just reading that one paragraph right there, that enlightens me, that lets me know. Because if I'm taking it to the point of that's how I would look at it, I'm quite sure he utilized the lessons learned from this right here to put in his own life. And with this book, we're going to decipher certain things with Pac, but we're going to also try to integrate things of this book in our own life to make it better. Because what you got to understand with this book is so powerful. Some of your top mainstream CEOs, presidents, generals, actors, athletes, the top-notch, so-called cream of the crop, they've indulged in this book. They've indulged in this book. And we're going to decipher it. And we're going to go through little things piece by piece. I just thought that was the first thing that jumped out to me. And believe it or not, that's just into introduction. That's not even the first chapter. But I found that very, very, I don't want to say weird, just, fascinating. Which lets me know Pac knew, the Don knew all along who was a spy. Now the question is, did he turn them into a double spy? Because he had the ability, he had the knowledge, he had the know-how. So now I'm really beginning to feel now he got up out of there. The Don got up out of there. Just off that one paragraph, Don got up out of there. Because once you know your enemy, and you know who your enemy is, and you're able to turn your enemy against your enemy of their enemy, then you utilize that to your advantage. And that's what he did. In my heart, in my mind, I believe that's what he did. Once again, this is one of the books that the Don Machiavelli, The Art of War. If you go back and watch one of the old Vibe Lost interviews of him, he names the 5 books. I'm steady trying to find these books. These books are hard, and which lets you know something right there, that There's something to it. You know, there's something to it. So that was just my first little video feedback of what I've read so far. And like I say, that was just the introduction. There's going to be a lot more coming. There's going to be a lot more coming. And a lot of it is going to revolve around the Don, because basically that's what we're trying to see where his mind was. You know, we're trying to get enlightened. We're trying to spark the brain, because that's what he wants. Spark the brain. I may not be the one that makes the difference, but I'll be the one that sparks the brain of the one that makes the difference. Those are his words. Machiavelli the Don. Peace. Big Reese out. Hit subscribe or like. It's up to you, either or. It's going to be more coming. I don't know if I'm going to get back with y'all today or tomorrow. That gym wore me out today. Wore me out. All right, One Nation.